Why does the furnace roar? In 1760, England was a giant coal furnace. Just waiting for a tiny match to ignite a blazing inferno, turtles or trains, farmers toiled in fields, horse-drawn carts creaked. Life crawled slowly, like a turtle crossing a quiet village road. People wove cloth by hand, ground grain with mills, spending all day to make a simple shirt. But wait, why did the world suddenly speed up like a bullet train? Black smoke billowing, factories sprouting like mushrooms? Why did rivers turn inky? Workers collapse exhausted, while factory owners grew filthy rich, wearing glittering golden hats? Let's rewind to explore the wild revolution that turned peaceful meadows into a roaring, bustling forest of factories. Picture yourself as an 18th century English farmer, plowing fields from dawn to dusk, sweat dripping, hands and feet aching. You eat bread hard as stone, sleep in a rickety hut by a smoky fireplace. Life revolves around wheat, clucking chickens, and lazy cows chewing grass. Suddenly, a guy named James Watt, with nerdy round glasses, steps up, brandishing a steam engine big as an elephant. It puffs smoke like a fire-breathing dragon, working faster than a whole army of farmers combined. It leaves everyone slack-jawed. Think life will get easier? Don't dream yet. Things are about to get messy. Messy like an 18th century Netflix drama. Before the Industrial Revolution, everything was done by hand. Slow as a movie. You can't fast forward. Weaving cloth takes all day. Hands aching, eyes stinging from staring at tiny threads. Grinding grain, the whole village pitches in. Sweat pouring, mills creaking like a sad song. But then, John Kay's loom zips like lightning. Richard Arkwright's cotton spins like a whirlwind. Cloth piles up like snowy mountains. Stunned villagers abandon fields, flocking to cities, crowding into dusty factories. Factories buzz like a rock band that never stops. Want to work 16 hours a day? 16 hours breathing black smoke. Hearing looms sing opera? No way. But England's people had no choice. England led the charge, but don't think it was paradise. Factories popped up like mushrooms after rain. Black smoke choked the sky. Rivers turned to ink. Workers, even 8-year-old kids, toiled to exhaustion. Hands calloused, eyes burning from smoke, sometimes caught in looms. Factory owners got rich, fat in fancy vests. They wore glittering golden hats, lived in grand mansions, ate juicy steaks, drank fine wine. But you, crammed in slums, eating watery soup like dishwater, sleeping on cold floors with rats scurrying. Fair? No way! Aren't you mad when factory owners dance to show off their wealth? James Watt's steam engine wasn't just in factories. It powered ships, trains, chugging everywhere like iron dragons. In 1804, George Stephenson, with even nerdier glasses than Watt, built the first train. It crawled like a turtle, swayed like it might tip, but proud as a dragon, hauling goods and people hundreds of miles. Wanna hop on? Watch out. Black smoke will coat your face, singe your hair, make clothes reek of coal. The Industrial Revolution spread from England to Europe, then America, Germany, like an unstoppable fever. Factories sprouted everywhere, mass-producing everything from shirts to razors, cheaper than ever. Suddenly, you could buy a shirt without selling your farm. But what's the cost? Workers slaved like robots, wages tiny as sand grains. Factories so loud your ears rang. In 1811, workers rebelled, called Luddites, smashing machines, shouting, "Machines stole our jobs." They smashed looms, cotton spinners, yearning for peaceful plowing days. But did machines stop? No way. They chugged on, producing day and night, ignoring the Luddites' cries. Think they could win? Nope. Machines were too strong. By 1830, workers got smarter, forming unions, raising flags, chanting slogans. They demanded higher pay, shorter days, better conditions, glaring at factory owners like they could eat them alive. Fat owners in glittering golden hats called police. Batongslum. Workers fell, but unions didn't quit, fighting on, slowly winning 8-hour days. Wages enough for decent bread. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. Not just factories. Cities sprouted like mushrooms. Populations ballooned like soap bubbles. Goods flooded markets, from pencils to shiny leather shoes. But smoke, poverty, and injustice grew too. Rivers black as ink, air stinking like a dump. 8-year-old kids still worked in dark factories. Kids cleaned looms, tiny hands oily, eyes stinging from smoke. Is this world better or worse? In 1850, England boasted as the world's workshop. America, Germany. France raced to catch up, building planes, cars. Michael Faraday's electricity lit up like magic, dazzling the world. Want to live back then? Probably not, unless you love coal smoke and looms singing opera all day. Workers kept fighting for 8-hour days. Livable wages, rest. Some owners, gray with worry, gave in, but injustice lingered like stubborn weeds. Kids still wove cloth, cleaned machines, worked 12 hours. The Industrial Revolution wasn't just machines. It changed how people lived, thought, dreamed. Skyscrapers rose. Trains and ships zipped everywhere. Goods got cheaper, but the cost was sweat, tears, smoke. In England, inventors like James Watt, George Stephenson became heroes. Names shining like electric lights. But workers? They toiled to death so owners could get richer, living in lavish mansions. Be a hero like Watt or an exhausted worker? Tough choice. Not an easy answer. By 1870, the Industrial Revolution spread, creating the modern world. Electricity glowed. Machines got smarter. From Friedrich Koenig's steam printer to Elias Howe's sewing machine, clothes were made lightning fast. But injustice persisted. Workers still fought. Unions grew strong like a storm. The Industrial Revolution reached Vietnam. 19th century weaving shops, traditional forges, started using machines. Slower than England. But Vietnamese dreamed of machines, like Watt dreamed of steam. Could Vietnam explode like England? Probably tough. But the dreams were the same. Robert Owen, a rare factory owner, hair messy as a bird's nest. He demanded no child labor, schools for workers, but got laughed at. Madman or genius? The Industrial Revolution taught us, machines can change the world, but not always for the better. Innovation exploded, but the cost was smoke, poverty, workers' sweat. Would you stay out? Or jump into this era of singing looms and smoky trains? While you ponder, notice, in America, a guy named Henry Ford dreams of cars for everyone, speeding down new roads. Another revolution coming? Wait and see. The world never stands still.